Bitcoin for the new hours is crashing towards a possible increase, getting an excusal at our ordinary high from time span. Area of check yesterday we were expressing that since this specific push towards the potential addition look inconceivably hurried. We got similarly a the volume increase and moreover open interest augmentation of some kind or another. I would concur that everything until this specific area looked very fair, staggeringly bullish. We have gotten little excusal towards dump site, yet anyway, the entire excusal back towards the landfill site from our everyday lab here was happening on extremely low volume. Likewise, it very well may be said expecting we go on the 30-second time span, we could maybe perceive a falling wheat or some likeness thereof, or maybe some kind of a descending channel, which looking right at the expense action alone, it was a bull correspondence, and speculatively talking, we had a higher probability of going impressively higher towards the likely increase. Yet again be that as it may, all of a sudden Bitcoin got a mishap, from a genuine perspective a mishap towards inconvenience into our SY adjusted triangle on one more colossal volume increase here. By and by, I would concur that this specific push towards the numbers was uncommonly challenging to expect considering the way that the protections trade yesterday looked very fair and incredibly bullish. Yet, since the monetary trade, since looking on the short 1 hourly or maybe on the 2-hour time span, we have gotten an excusal towards the outside, not simply on the US 100. In like manner S&P 500 got a basic push towards burden, from my perspective, because of this monetary trade. Bitcoin is in like manner right to seeing an excusal, an extremely colossal push towards disadvantage. Back into our SI adjusted triangle now, in light of the fact that my short positions never got stopped out. I'm as of right presently at this point standing firm on two astoundingly lovely short circumstances, one from 28,350 and different one for around 27,420 US hours. I was stopped out of my long position. Clearly, taking it on an excusal towards some side, nonetheless. Regardless, later in the video we will examine where potentially we could be looking for another long, maybe a short or a sell position on the Bitcoin itself. However, I would concur that when we got this specific push toward disadvantage, and numerous people got sold, basically looking, for example, on the 30-second stretch of time, we have gotten 4 million of long positions getting racked on the first red light towards the likely increase. Likewise, on the resulting one, another 4.7 million of long possessions getting completely obliterated, open income decline, which clearly infers cash was leaving the market. Likewise, I genuinely think right presently you're asking yourself, sibling, could we see another transformation back towards the up possible addition from the assistance district where Bitcoin is trading at present? Besides, this second, we ought to perceive what key level is Bitcoin testing from a genuine perspective right now by and by. Most importantly, we can measure the entire base expense portion with our volume where we will see regard. Locale low is being attempted the current second, which will be a fundamental volume support level for the Bitcoin esteem itself. Checking present out. Right at this specific lower cost. Likewise, we can go on the 4-hour period of time assessing the entire upper expense region with upper volume. Furthermore, you are moreover going to see regard district low of the entire upper expense fragment will land incredibly, correspondingly, around at 26,800 USR. So we unquestionably know as of the current second, that Bitcoin is hitting an assistance level. Is this a shrewd idea to go with a just out of the plastic new short sell position? Clearly not, in light of the fact that we are not wanting to short the assistance level. We are only looking for a potential short sell position on some kind of an assist with adjusting back towards the reverse. Regardless, with our volume support levels here, we can moreover perceive a level arrived at that Bitcoin has been in regards to, or I would truly say the assist with evening out that Bitcoin has been in regards to for the new weeks. Here, we will go with our past low, developing the assist with evening out all through our past lows and growing this one towards our past high. As of now, when in doubt, would in like manner truly say that the mid-level of our even arrived at here has in like manner been respected some kind of very wonderfully, yet I would concur that it is by all accounts our assist locale from our level reach with willing area barely lower at the area of 26,550 US dollars. With our volume levels, I would concur that they are critical. In any case, I would concur that our lower piece of the range is essentially more tremendous expense center for us to concentrate around them. Why so? Since, assuming that we go right now with our enormous as completing channel, we can assume on the far 4-hourly or maybe on the regular time span here. You can clearly see that. Moreover, the lower sum portion of a channel will come up definitively at the lower part of our level arrived at here. Besides, also, why is this locale very critical? Since we can recognize first liquidity level at 26,537 US dollars. So I would concur that expecting Bitcoin goes lower, I would concur that our next cost center around, our next assist district with willing be 26,537 US dollars on the Bitcoin cost. However, before we truly talk about what could happen next with the monetary trade itself, Be that as it may, as of now we genuinely need to examine the monetary trade, since I would concur both of them S&P 500 and US 100 are clearly seeing an excusal towards thumb sight. By looking, regardless of anything else on the US 100, I wouldn't really say that it looks exceptionally negative. Clearly, zooming out a bit on the 4-hour or maybe on the everyday period of time, this specific push towards something I figure you can agree with me looks extremely negative. In any case, we truly need to fathom that right now we are hitting an insane level of block, and I would say in case the US 100 in the looming days will fall lower under our step-by-step high from time frame area of help here, it is definitely going to be a sign of deficiency, which could infer that we are looking for a more noteworthy correction back towards some site, and exactly the same thing will happen with the S&P 500s here. For sure. We haven't precisely hit our step-by-step high from stretch of time level deterrent, which from my perspective, it's a very massive expense target. Nevertheless, if clearly US 100 will go lower, undoubtedly S&P 500 is also going to go lower, seeing affirmation underneath our regular high from time frame level assistance. Nevertheless, I would concur that we are holding on for the market structure change, assume on the 4-hourly or maybe furthermore on the everyday stretch of time. Along these lines, on the 4-hour time frame, I would concur that we have gotten a push towards the likely increase, a high rate here, a higher low, and another high. Taking out our past lows rate here will mean market structure was changed on the 4-hour time span. We have had the choice to take out our past low, lower, most diminished structure on the 4-hour time frame, and clearly, it's moreover going to be a sign of inadequacy on the S&P 500, which is furthermore going to be a horrible sign for the bid contain itself. By going quickly on a higher Trump time frame on the bid include here, we are by and large in all probability going to certify a brand new everyday high drum time span level of resistance, 27,250 USR. That will be certified given that this specific channel here will close right as it is right now in something like 17 hours and 20 minutes. Nevertheless, eventually, it will be a brand new high term time from ordinary level of deterrent, potentially certified on the Bitcoin esteem itself, which will be, as I might want to think, first huge resistance level we should zero in on. I would concur that right now, expecting Bitcoin sees a push toward the offset, assume from the area where we are a consequence of our volume levels, or maybe if we will see a skip from the lower some portion of the arrive at rate here, and clearly in like manner from upper lower piece of an S channel, the super huge deterrent level is truly going to be this specific regular high Rhine level. Amazingly, eagerly agreeing with the mid-level of our level arrive at here, yet zeroing in on our pointers. For example, our pack estimation, our overall strength record, cash stream pointer. I would concur that not a single one of them as right presently are showing up at any oversold locales. We are not molding any bullish divergences, so I would concur, totally right by looking at the pointers, it appears like Bitcoin can fall even lower towards. Once more thusly, our most important objective we should zero in on will be 26,537 US dollars. Alright, so most probably right now you want to know where might we anytime at any point be looking for a flawless, long, or a buy position on the Bitcoin esteem itself right now that our long circumstance from the triangle truly failed. I would concur that expecting there will be a reaction under our liquidity level, at our assist district here, we with canning be looking for a potential long or a buying proprietorship on the bid contain itself. By here, mate, assuming no one minds, center since, assuming that we go with the exceptional moving midpoints on the 1-hour time span, we are right now, for sure seeing a cross of our fifth. The N200 sensational moving ordinary, which it will mean we will enter a normal down design on the 1-hour time span. Once more review, in a down design, it's immeasurably improved to go with a perfect, short, or a self-circumstance on the bid contained itself. In any case, since this here will be an especially respectable assistance level, I would concur that we can be charmed going with a potential long inquiry evade position. Nevertheless, guarantee you do have fitting bet the load up, real stop adversity, suitable take benefit, and clearly, moreover proper position size since note that we are clashing with a huge example, on the 1-hour stretch of time. It's boundlessly improved to regardless be looking for a short or explanation on some kind of an assist with adjusting back towards the possible increase. Maybe at our level of resistance here. Fragile push towards the possible addition on low volume. It will mean, clearly we could be charmed going with a logical short or position at the area of 27,050. The US dollars on the piece compacted if clearly you are, as of the current second, still not standing firm on any short or subtract ions on the piece pack itself. Be that as it may, much obliged. Agreement out. Bitcoin for the new hours is crashing towards a potential increment, getting a dismissal at our normal high from stretch of time. Area of check yesterday we were communicating that since this particular push towards the potential expansion look incomprehensibly rushed, we got comparably at the volume increment and besides open interest expansion or the like. I would agree that everything until this particular region looked exceptionally, fair, awesomely, bullish. We have gotten a little dismissal towards dump site, yet in any case, the whole dismissal back towards the landfill site from our ordinary lab here was occurring on very low volume. Moreover, it might be said expecting we go on a 30-second stretch of time, we could perhaps see a falling wheat or something like that, or perhaps some sort of a descending channel, which looking right at the cost activity alone, it was a bull correspondence, and hypothetically talking, we had a higher likelihood of going stunningly higher towards the probable increment. Once more in any case, out of nowhere Bitcoin got a disaster, according to a veritable viewpoint as setback towards burden into our SY changed triangle on another gigantic volume increment here. Before long, I would agree that this particular push towards the numbers was phenomenally testing to expect considering the way that the assurances exchanged yesterday looked exceptionally, fair and extraordinarily bullish. However, since the money-related exchange, since looking on the short 1 hourly or perhaps on the 2-hour time frame, we have gotten a dismissal towards the outside, not just on the US 100. Likewise S&P 500 got a fundamental push towards trouble, according to my viewpoint, as a result of this financial exchange. Bitcoin is likewise right to seeing a dismissal, a very epic push towards hindrance. Back into our side changed triangle currently, considering the way that my short positions never got halted out. I'm as of now standing firm on two astoundingly exquisite short conditions, one from 28,350 and different one for around 27,420 US hours. I was halted out of my long position. Obviously, taking it on a dismissal towards some side, regardless. In any case, later in the video we will analyze where possibly we could be searching for another long, perhaps a short or a sell position on the Bitcoin itself. Nonetheless, I would agree that when we got this particular push toward this service, a various group got sold, essentially looking, for instance, on the 30-second time frame, we have gotten 4 million of long positions getting racked on the first red light towards the reasonable increment. Moreover, on the subsequent one more 4.7 million of long belongings getting totally crushed, open pay decline, which obviously induces cash was leaving the market. Moreover, I really think right as of now you're asking yourself, kin, might we at any point see one more change back towards the conceivable expansion from the help region where Bitcoin is exchanging as of now? Plus, this second, we should see what key level is Bitcoin testing according to a veritable point of view right now eventually. In particular, we can quantify the whole base cost segment with our volume where we will see respect. District low is being endeavored the ongoing second, which will be a key volume support level for the Bitcoin regard itself. Looking as of now, right at this particular lower cost. Moreover, we can go on the 4-hour time frame surveying the whole upper cost district with upper volume. Besides, you are also going to see respect region low of the whole upper cost section will end unbelievably, correspondingly, around at 26,800 USD. So we undeniably know as of the ongoing second, that Bitcoin is hitting a help level. Is this a savvy thought to go with a barely out of the plastic new short sell position? Obviously not, considering the way that we are not having any desire to short the help level. We are just searching for a potential short sell position on some sort of a help with changing back towards the opposite. Notwithstanding, with our volume support levels here, we can also see a level show up at that Bitcoin has been concerning, or I would genuinely say the help with night out that Bitcoin has been with respect to for the new weeks. Here, we will go with our past low, fostering the help with night out all through our past lows and developing this one towards our past high. At this point, if all else fails, would similarly genuinely say that the mid-level of our even show up at here has likewise been regarded some sort of very brilliantly, yet I would agree that it is apparently our help region from our level reach with willing region scarcely lower at the area of 26,550 USD. With our volume levels, I would agree that they are basic. Regardless, I would agree that our lower piece of the reach is basically more huge cost place for us to focus around them. Why so? Since, accepting that we go right now with our gigantic as finishing channel, we can see, expect on the far 4-hourly or perhaps on a normal period of time here. You can plainly see that. Besides the lower sum piece of a channel will come up conclusively at the lower sum portion of our level show up at here. In addition, likewise, for what reason is this area exceptionally basic? Since we can perceive first liquidity level at 26,537 USD. So I would agree that expecting Bitcoin goes lower, I would agree that our next cost revolve around, our next help region with willing be 26,537 USD on the Bitcoin cost. Nonetheless, before we really discuss what could occur next with the money-related exchange itself. Nevertheless, at this point we truly need to look at the money-related exchange since I would agree the two of them S&P 500 and US 100 are obviously seeing a dismissal towards thumb sight. Before long, paying little mind to anything more on the US 100, I wouldn't actually say that it looks especially negative. Obviously, zooming out a piece on the 4-hour or perhaps on the ordinary time frame, this particular push towards something I figure you can concur with me looks very negative. Regardless, We genuinely need to comprehend that right now we are hitting a crazy degree of block, and I would say in the event that the US 100 in the approaching days will fall low.